Notice, this Midweek Mini was recorded several months ago and may not be up to date with current events. For fresh mini-sode uploads with every episode, head to patreon.com/Chilluminati-pod.
Welcome.
No.
Yours is like a sleeping, like there's a bear sleeping at the back of the cave. A little cartoon bear.
Yeah. Figured I'd help this time.
He's got a knitted cap on, even though he's a fucking bear.
There, boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this to start. The drones are back.
The drones are back.
Starting 2 days ago.
The drones are back. Oh, those crazy drones are back.
2 days ago, they were reported in Denmark at the airport, and there's a video somebody took of one.
I did see this.
And then 3 hours ago, air traffic was affected again by something in the airspace causing them to delay flights. This is happening now. Let me open up this link here. This is... Oh, I can't read Dutch, dude.
Can't read Dutch?
I can't. I'm sorry. Did this auto-translate at least? Okay, here we go. The airspace over Aalborg Airport in Denmark has been closed. The reason is that unauthorized drones have been seen in the area. It is unclear whether it is one or more drones. The police's effort is to, if possible, take down the drones. That cannot be done. It is, of course, necessary to find out where they're coming from, says National Police Chief Torkild Fogde as a press conference last night. The airport will remain closed until at least 6 o'clock on Thursday morning. The drones are over Aalborg Airport have been confirmed by both airport staff and air traffic control towers, along with the police. And this is the second time in 2 days that they've come back, and they're big. They're the one in the video. Let's see if I can find the video. I think I saved it on my phone.
Are they like
no?
down?
I saved it on my computer.
Are they like taken down now? Is that why?
Well, it's from 2 days ago, so I grabbed it when I saw it, and I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, there's I don't know how real this is. I just found they're saying in Oslo there was drones that 2 foreign nationals were arrested. I don't know what that means.
That was a different drone event before the drone event from 2 days ago.
Oh no, there's another one that just happened today.
Yeah. Oh, is that this one from today? They found foreign nationals?
Okay,
yeah.
So these guys who were in Oslo were from Singapore. And
yeah, that's from
all evidence indicates they were just drone enthusiasts, but the internet's like, no, hired by Russians, dude. Definitely hired by Russians. So
now this is different than what I'm reading, right? Like,
yeah, we'll see.
No, yeah, Jesse, what you're reading is took place before what happened today and what happened 2 days ago.
No, this is 2 days ago. Yeah.
That's this before what this is. I'm going to send you a drive link to the video because I don't know how to get it to you either other way. So I'm just going to give you a link to it. Anyone with the link.
It's like all Denmark, Norway, Sweden.
This is the drone somebody grabbed yesterday on their video from their phone. It's loud, so just be careful.
Okay, yeah, see it. Goes behind the tail.
Just keep watching. Yeah.
Pretty smooth.
It turns.
Interesting lights.
I mean, it's definitely a drone, though. This isn't like a UAP
as it gets close,
thing.
look at it as it gets close. It looks like this. It's hard to tell how big this thing is.
I think it's fairly large.
It looks like a drone. It's got blinking lights. Like I don't know.
Yeah, this is a drone, not like a what could it be?
Yeah, so that's what's flying around again. No idea. Like I said, drone. If they're a drone, what country they're from? If it's more drone enthusiasts because they arrested them and then more drones happened. So no idea.
Apparently, some of
the drone. Keep an eye out, everybody. They're not happening in the U.S. right now. They're happening out in Oslo and Denmark and shit.
Some pretty credible forces are accusing Russia of being the drones.
I wouldn't. That genuinely,
That's a lot of the talk online that it's Russian.
NATO warned Russia.
Okay, so that tells me that it's definitely NATO. Well, there's the story.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I wonder if that was what the last one was, though, too. I wonder if that was
those guys were saying that they were from Singapore, but everyone online was saying it's Russian based.
I mean, the ones.
I don't know how accurate that is. It's online.
The ones that we saw here like in the end of the last year. Like, I wonder if those were also something similar, but we were just taking it differently and controlling the information differently. I don't know.
Yep. I don't know. Boys,
Yeah.
take it away from here, though. That's all I got.
I got a good one for you. This one freaked me out. This is from Our Paranormal. This is one of those ones where somebody posts a story and then you get like some great stories in response to that story that are also creepy. So I'm going to start with this story from Alley Cat. That goes like this. I was on the bus sitting opposite a guy in a black hat. Nothing seemed unusual, although his style of hat wasn't common at that time. I was reading a funny book, and whenever something funny happened in the book, he would giggle. I thought maybe he was just reading my body language, but something started feeling off. The thought popped into my head. I wonder if he can read my mind. He looked at me and nodded. I figured it was coincidence, so I thought it again. He nodded again. My logic kicked in, and I thought, people can't read minds. I'll put this to the test. So I thought, if you can read my mind, take your watch off your left wrist and put it on your right wrist, figuring that's not a normal thing for people to do. Without a word of a lie, he took his watch off his left wrist, put it on his right wrist. I froze. He stood up and pressed the button to get off the bus. He got off at the next stop. I got up the courage to look at him as he walked away. He turned around, looked straight at me, tipped his black hat at me, and walked away. I never saw him again. Still can't get my head around it. For those that know Adelaide in South Australia, this was on the bus going up Norwood Parade, and he got off at the Portrush Road stop. So
this is Australia. Oh, no, this probably happens all the time there.
This is in Australia. This is crazy. Somebody said, let me get the good stories here. I have a story kind of similar. I'm sure this man or alien could read my mind. This is from Vic Peepee. This one says, so one day we went to a store with my husband. We got into an aisle. He was walking about 15 to 20 feet ahead of me. In this aisle was a man who was a worker of the store. He looked like he was a manager because he had clothes like that for that particular store chain. This man was filling up the shelf with products. He never looked at us when we got into the aisle, but then as I was walking, I was looking at him for a couple seconds, and this thought came to my mind. He looks like an alien. In that moment, he looked right into my eyes, stood up from the shelf packing, and was staring at me with a scared look, kind of like, what did you say? The other crazy part, that this man looked like a regular human, so I don't even understand why this thought came into my head. I'm 100% sure he heard my thought. So that's one, which I like because it's uncanny and it's not ambitious with what it's saying is happening, and it's not cinematic. Here's another one from Unhappy Command who says, hey, sorry, I'm currently living in Poland and was fast asleep when you guys started replying. I was on a bus ride from Denver to Glenwood Springs back then. This guy got on at the second or third stop and sat in the second row. He wasn't fat or skinny, just your average Joe, blonde with a 3-day stubble around 5'11". And man, he had this freaking black hat that still pops up in my nightmares every now and then. I wasn't really paying attention to him, just chilling with my Walkman, listening to the radio. Can't remember what was playing, but it was pretty funny. Then the guy starts chuckling quietly at the exact same moment. Didn't catch my eye like it would yours, though, but then it happened again a bit later. I started checking him out and noticed one detail because I was super into Casio Pila watches back then, one of the pricier models at the time. I thought to myself, if this dude can read minds, he should take it off and hold it up. A second later, he smiles and takes the watch off. I nearly shit myself. I bolted off the bus at the next stop, and all I saw was him grinning at me as the driver pulled away. No clue who he was or what the hell went down that day. I'm almost sure I spotted him a few years later in New York, but I think my mind's just messing with me now. Still remember it like it was yesterday, and it leaves me with some weird vibes about what happened. What do you think about that?
I kind of like those, like, where like your brain just kind of tells you something's like not right.
Yeah. It's like,
but I've never had that happen.
A psychic. I feel like I've had moments of psychic intuition, right? Like, I feel like I've had moments where really specific things have happened, and it's still enough that, like, it's still rare enough that I can put it up to chance. I can still just put it up to happenstance or some sort of, slight intention somewhere working out in some way where I end up in the situation. I'm fine with that. But it still is like such an uncanny feeling, even as like a educated human in 2025, that there's something very, very uncanny to it. There's more stories. There's another one from Evolved Monkey that goes, man, I 100% believe your story. It's not much the same, but about 1 year ago, I was on a train headed towards Bologna. At one stop, I noticed a couple getting on the train and I was sure they were headed towards me. They sat next to me. I was reading a book and I noticed they were giving glances at me until after a couple minutes, the man says, excuse me, my friend, who is the lady with him, both around 60 years old. She was from Eastern Europe while he was Italian. My friend doesn't want to bother you, but she'd have a question to ask you if you don't mind. In the kindest way possible. So I tell them to ask me and she says, what's the day you were born? I'm sure it's 3 or 30. Guess what? I was born on November 3rd. Then she proceeded to tell me facts about my private life that nobody on earth except me knows, about the relationship with my family members and so on. She told me she was sure I was a nice guy to talk to about these things since I was the only one on the train reading a book and not on the phone. She also talked a lot about numbers and their meanings and other things like this I can't recall. Then she told me to go on the way I was doing because I have chosen this life before being born and I need to fill all that stuff. Then we all got off the train and I never saw them again. It makes me wonder,
they had a soul contract, dude.
It makes me wonder, like, if you're a psychic and you like can read minds, like maybe today people are really uninteresting. Like maybe like because of like all the algorithms and all the ways people just talk in like, you know how in like, did I already talk about this? How in like 1984 they like made talking dumber so that you can't share big ideas.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were like doing that to ourselves by like choosing to use a meme or like a like line from a movie or something to say what we're feeling instead of like trying to articulate it. Like it's making it less of an accurate communication.
Whoa. My eggplant water spray emoji gets the idea across.
It gets me
pretty
rock
well.
hard and I love it every time you send it, but it just doesn't tell me exactly what you're thinking about.
Oh no, it does.
That's how you responded to me about this podcast. Diamond emojis.
3 diamond emojis is a good, unique trilogy of emojis.
No one had sent me a diamond emoji in my life until
you see what I'm saying?
I was a confused man.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Maybe these psychics,
he's thinking outside the box, man. You can't control him.
Maybe these psychics are all just walking around thinking boring. Oh, actually, I'm going to mess with this guy. He's reading. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe the black hat guy in Adelaide, Australia is real. Maybe he's the Tamam Shud guy. Maybe it's all one thing.
Man, that I would believe more than anything.
Yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Psychics are everywhere.
Or
Reddit people make stuff up. One of the two.
One of the two. It's always one of the two on Reddit.
Anything's possible.
Take us out, Jesse.
Speaking of anything's possible, gentlemen, brace your butts. Hold on to your tuchuses.
The Wolverine trailer is out. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so this is going to be one of those ones where Mathis, you're going to want to strap in.
I'm strapped, dude. I'm strapped and rock hard.
Strap in. All right, so a few days ago in Vienna, physicists have reported striking findings from a series of quantum experiments that suggest, get ready, brace yourself, Mathis, choices made in the present appear to influence events that occurred in the past.
Retrocausality, baby.
When the results do not, while the results do not mean that history can be rewritten, they highlight a strange, counterintuitive nature of quantum mechanics.
Like if I get a sandwich today, yesterday, there will be more ingredients.
I think you're going to talk about the delayed choice experiment, which they must have done something new with, because what the delayed choice experiment was, basically the idea is they fire 2 photons, one goes through one slit, one goes through the other, but the one in the other one has like a path that's built to make the photon go longer to the other place. So they know that one hit, but not if the other one hit. And if you like measure it, and it'll be like, it'll show up as scatter patterns. But if you delete the data, it then becomes interference pattern. So like you can look at it, measure it, then delete the data, and then it changes what was measured from a photon to a wave. It like retrocausally, but it's not. Anyway, go on. Like I know I'm misunderstanding aspects of it. I know.
So let me give you like the dumbed down version of what it was. So basically, like Mathis was saying, we're talking the delayed choice or quantum eraser experiment. Basically, it is a particle, how it's measured, and it can determine whether it behaves as a wave or a particle. I'm sure we've talked about this thing before on this show. But in this case, the way it worked was they fired 2 entangled photons, particles of light linked across space, into a carefully built quantum setup. One photon was measured right away. The other was delayed using a long optical fiber. When they compared the results, something strange happened. The outcome of the first photon's measurement appeared to be influenced by the second, which hadn't been measured yet because it was stuck in the the fiber optic stuff, the cabling. Somehow, the future, in this case, microseconds, was affecting the past. This is one of those things where they then confirmed it in several experiments around the world, and it became known as the delayed choice quantum eraser, a mind-bending concept where the act of observing a particle can seemingly reach back in time to change what happened before the observation.
The bullets were already in the concrete.
I mean,
and you're just catching them from where you fired them from.
I saw that movie. I didn't read the comic though.
Yeah, when you reverse your entropy in the other direction.
Anton Zillinger is one of the researchers in Vienna, along with many other teams who were leading this work, reveals that the measurement choices made in the present shape of the correlation seen in the data recorded earlier basically our virtual doors open to these kind of paradoxical insights, and we have to deal with this stuff all the time now. This is basically what quantum mechanics is. It doesn't make any sense. No one knows why this is the way it is. And that's quantum mechanics. There's actually a really great video going around right now where it's a college professor teaching quantum mechanics, and he comes in to the classroom for the first time and he's like, "Today I'm going to teach you quantum mechanics. The whole point is by the time we're done, you won't understand it."
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
I've seen that kind of thing of like where people go into quantum mechanics class and they're like, "Welcome to quantum mechanics. You will not understand."
Yeah, I'm trying to confuse you. That's what he's like. I'm a professor of quantum mechanics, and I only realize I know about quantum mechanics when I don't understand it. And he's like, and it goes against everything we know. It makes no sense to the human brain. Deal with it.
That's
and so this is one of those things where we can
say,
the voice
told me, dude, that the answer to my questions are unfathomable to the human mind, bro.
Damn, man.
That's easy. That's nice.
No, it's not like if Alex ate a sandwich today, if that would affect a sandwich he ate yesterday. Right.
No.
It's the 2 particles that were fired at the same time, and they're like milli micronometer seconds or whatever from each other. But there's something there. We just don't understand it.
Well, let's extrapolate
You can't know one thing without knowing the thing that is directly tied to it, I guess, in that way, right? Whether because they're entangled.
Right.
So, like, if something in your future or your now is dependent on a choice you make in your future that you are likely entangled with, well, that's where the block universe starts making more sense. That's like a quantum information kind of style of universe.
It's just another piece of evidence that the consensus reality that we all think we share is not nearly as consensus as we...
I think we live in a black hole.
Yeah.
I like the things we start to observe about the black holes that we're measuring now are matching what outer side of our universe looks like. We have like an event horizon of our own universe. It's expanding in different directions as things start maybe being pulled in. And other black holes would have different, even if it's off by a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, different physics.
You got to read The Invisibles, dude.
I literally was reading more last night.
You're
I'm ripping through it.
Like every word that comes out of your mouth for the last like 2 months is like already written into the sigil of The Invisibles.
Isn't that weird how like fucking psychedelics weirdly kind of like always give a very similar message in different ways?
I want to point out my favorite response to this entire article. Great. So my past poor choices fucked my future, and my present poor choices fucked my past. When the fuck's my future? That explains everything. That's how I feel. I mean,
yeah.
That's so
literally
funny. This guy's like, I can't win.
That's then. When?
Yeah.
Just now.
It's happening now.
Yeah, same bit again.
That's the idea that like all of time is existent simultaneously. Past, present, future. There is none. We experience time linearly because evolutionarily, maybe that's just how our brains.
We experience time linearly because of entropy. If we didn't if we weren't slowly decaying over time, we wouldn't experience time that way. You know what I mean?
You're getting nuance. I should say the arrow of time specifically is not as straight and narrow as we are to believe.
Correct.
Yes,
Sure.
time is a measure of entropy, which is change, right? But like
Yes.
the arrow of time seems very wibbly wobbly and kind of like malleable on some.
It's
quantum
as the kids
level.
say, Jeremy bear me.
Yeah. On the PS7, load
I
times
don't
are
know what that
non-existent.
means. So your YouTube channel must be really doing well. That like you learn new kid things.
No, Jeremy bear me.
Jeremy Bear.
It's from The Good Place.
It's a
I haven't
it's a
seen The Good
TV show
Place.
reference.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, sorry. Well, thank you for blowing our minds.
There we go.
We're out of
You
here.
can-
Thank you guys for supporting us here at patreon.com/Chilluminati pod. We'll be back next week. We appreciate you. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.